Hi, this is Melinda from Happiest Mommy on the Block, and you are listening to our Healthy Indulgence series. If you enjoy this broadcast, be sure to like our Happiest Mommy on the Block page on Facebook, and you'll find all of our files listed there. Today, we are speaking with Miss Kim Caldwell from Hooray Kimmay, a blog that she says covers the people, places, products, and projects that make you say hooray. Welcome to the call, Kimmay.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, we're excited to hear a little more about what you're about, especially because with Happiest Mommy on the Block, we are really committed to helping women feel good and take care of themselves and stay happy as they are going through the different daily tasks and responsibilities of life, especially in motherhood. But I'm sure that you'll be able to cover a much broader range of the women that are listening to this broadcast. But before we get into that, I would love to just go to a video that you've posted on your site, a little bit more about what your blog is about before we get into some questions. So here we go. Everyone can listen in and hear from Kim herself.
I love sharing the stories of people who make a difference. It makes me feel like Superwoman. Hooray Kimmay is not just another blog. It's full of people, places, products, and projects that make you say, hooray! I can't even tell you how much fun I have blogging about boobies, exploring New York, or interviewing someone incredible. I'm Kim Caldwell, and I motivate you to say hooray!
Such a beautiful presentation about your blog, Kim. Well done. And tell me, what made you decide to start a blog about things that make people say hooray?
Well, first of all, thank you. That's very nice of you. I work with blogging a lot. I work in social media as a marketing director, and I come across a lot of kind of annoying things on the internet. There's a lot of kind of icky stuff, and I didn't want to focus on that. I feel like there's enough of that. I feel like there's enough gossip and people putting other people down, and not enough of people celebrating other people doing good or places for people to check in doing good. There are places like that, but I felt like I wanted to be able to communicate the things that I was thinking and also celebrate the people that I know. And I felt like focusing on the things that make people say hooray just felt really, really good to my soul. So that's why I decided to choose that as my focus.
Well, they often say that what we do reflects a lot about what's inside of us, and what we bring to the table reflects a lot about who we are. So if you bring hooray to the table, I think that's definitely something to be proud of, and I think that putting more positive on the internet is a great idea. But why did you decide to use a multimedia blog rather than some other form of getting this information out there?
Well, that's a good question. I honestly started blogging a million years ago when there was like live journal, and I stopped for a while, and then I was really busy. I was working full time and going to college full time, and that was really rough. And I went through a period where I was either semi-employed or unemployed for like 9 solid months. And I thought a lot about what I wanted to do, and I really missed blogging, so I went back to it, and it was just for fun. It actually had the same name, Hooray Kim, but it was really very unfocused. It was just kind of something I did because I had the time to do it. And when I was employed again and went back to my former employer, which is actually a bra company, and worked my way up from bra fitting into the office, and I just didn't have time, to really focus on the blog anymore. um, I missed it. And so recently this year, I decided that since I've worked my way up in the ranks where I work at Linda's and I'm the marketing director, I've had such a wealth of information about blogging, about marketing, about ways, social media for sure, about ways to share what I was doing. And I felt like a blog was the best way to share what I wanted to do. And that was because it includes writing, it includes photos, and I can include videos. And those were the three things that I really felt were going to help me communicate my message the best.
Absolutely. It's always nice to have so many different senses touched our ears, our eyes, and our mind as we're reading through your posts. And I've been enjoying them these last couple of weeks, so I really appreciate what you're doing. But if somebody hasn't been to your blog yet, what would you say really makes your blog stand out from the others? Because there are so many on the internet. Why is yours worth stopping by?
I mean, there's definitely a million blogs out there. There's lots of places to go and lots of stuff to read. But what I think really makes mine different is that it combines a lot of different aspects of good stuff. So I do a weekly post called Motivation Mondays, or Motivational Monday, and it's a weekly dose of inspiration. So I don't care if it's Monday, I don't care if it's Wednesday, I don't care what day it is. If you feel like, ugh, this week is just not turning out the way I thought I wanted it to, or man, I just don't feel really good right now. It's a really simple way to check in and say, oh yeah, here's something to think about, or here's some encouragement, or here's something inspirational. It's a really no pressure place to come in and just think about things for a little bit. And like I said, it's no pressure. I don't put anything on people about here's your challenge for the week. It's just something to think about. It's just something to reflect on. Sometimes I ask for help. I ask for advice because I'm not perfect, and I definitely don't think that I'm, you know, the end all be all when it comes to advice. The place where I do think I have the best advice is in the bra world for sure. And I share a lot of my stuff on there too, from where I work at Linda's. So I feel that definitely helps my blog stand out a little bit. In fact, I just recently got some requests for more bra talk on the blog. So stay tuned. There'll be a little bit more of that. But listen, I feel like no one's you. So I put my own spin on everything. I'm just myself on there. I'm not trying to be anybody or do anything different because I am different. I'm just doing whatever I feel is me, whatever I feel is good, and then no one else can recreate that.
Very true. Very well said. And I'm definitely going to that bra talk in a couple of minutes because as a mommy, I would love to hear a little bit more about that. But before I go there, is there some kind of motivation behind your posts? Is there something that you really focus on? Is it image? Is it emotional feelings? Is it organization and getting a grip on the chaos? Is there something that you are communicating in your posts that if someone's going through a very specific kind of mental concern or physical concern, they can find some relief in a continuous way in your blog?
That I've never really thought about that before. And I feel like I don't have one specific focus. It's not organization. It's not finding, um, a straight line in the chaos. It's not about image either. It's not really any of those things. I feel like if I had to really choose one underlying topic throughout all of them, it's really just about appreciating who you are and like loving yourself and feeling good about that. I feel like every week for those motivational posts, the topic is always slightly different. They're purposefully a little broad so that I can share something that I feel would pertain to a large group of people. So it's not just limited to one kind of woman or person. Um, but at the same time, they have a general focus for the week. So one, for instance, was ways to incorporate kindness into your week. And I shared a story about a stranger who did a real act of kindness for me and just about paying it forward. And it was, that's something that anybody can relate to or anybody could choose to do for the week. I also, one week I did something about taking a walk, to just go take a walk. I challenge myself a lot to relax, and I feel like I don't always do a good job at it. And the motivation that week was literally just to go take a walk, just explore, just see what you find, just go take a moment to be by yourself, to be with yourself, and just see what happens. So I wish I had a better answer for you that was like, here's exactly what you can expect, but it tends to go, wherever I feel like the flow of the blog is going that particular week.
That seems like a great answer, actually. The idea of having daily or weekly opportunities to check in with yourself and to do things that are little small practices to add a little bit more into your life, a little bit more of the juice, a little more of the good stuff. So that was definitely a good overview of what you offer.
Thank you.
And let's just go ahead and go back to the boobies, because you mentioned it in your video and you were just talking about it now. I mean, it seems like that is something that is really near and dear to your heart, and that obviously you know a lot about, and it sounds like there are other people out there who are wondering the same thing as I am. So when did your boob journey start?
Man, so I've been in working with boobs and bras for almost 9 years now, since 2005, so almost nine. And it's been quite the journey. I accidentally started working in bras, and it was just a job that paid more than what I was getting paid, and became a bra fitter when I was like 19 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. And very quickly, it taught me a lot of lessons. First of all, when you're in a dressing room with a woman and she's naked, you learn a lot. And I don't just mean like what she looks like. I mean, I learned a lot about like how women think about themselves and their bodies, and at 19 I was in college, and I was going there for theater, and there was a lot of body hate going on, with girls that wanted to be really skinny and wanted to be really pretty, and they just didn't appreciate themselves, and that included me. I did not appreciate myself and my body. And after seeing lots of different naked women for 1 week straight, I was like, oh my God, I need to appreciate what I have right now, because I was 19, it doesn't get any better. And I just felt like it wasn't healthy to listen to all of these women, talk badly about themselves. And I wanted a way to help them feel good about themselves. And I mean, this is from a really young age. So now that I've been working in bras for so long, I worked for a company called La Perla, which is really fancy, for a while. And that really gave women a different kind of confidence, wearing something that was so luxurious and so beautiful. And I ended up coming back to Linda's, where I started. And it's really the foundational garments that I feel like really change a woman's life. And I cannot even tell you the supreme privilege that I feel to help these women feel fabulous. It really sounds like such a simple, undergarment thing that you wear every day and you don't even think twice about. But literally, there are women out there that cannot, for the life of them, find a bra that fits. They feel uncomfortable. They feel, they don't feel confident. They feel upset. They feel embarrassed of their body. And to come in and have someone in, 2 minutes flat say, no, 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 girl, you are normal and you're great and you're fabulous. Let me get you this bra that fits, and to fit them in it, and then have them put their shirt on and see how wonderful they look, and then to see how wonderful they feel. It's a really, really awesome feeling. So I don't mean to get all preachy and bra evangelisty, but it's a great way to a really easy way, honestly, once you go in for your fitting, to feel great, to just feel really great about yourself.
Mm. It's really nice to hear this common theme through both of the things that you're passionate about, and that you're really a life changer at the foundation. You really like to go back to the basics and help people change their day or change their self-image or change how they're feeling, using really fundamental things. So it's actually, it sounds like there's such a great common theme in what you offer, both through your blog and through your work at Linda's. And you said that you became a bra fitter. Now, what does that all entail? I mean, does that mean you learn, how to measure a woman and put her in the right bra? Does it mean that you learned all the different styles and what they can do for the body? I mean, what is a bra education?
Oh boy, bra education is very detailed, believe it or not. I mean, there are things I know that you will just never know. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, listen, there's definitely a lot that goes into it. And I think, women put a lot of pressure on themselves to get their bra right because it's their body and they feel like they should know their boobs better than anyone else. And I say, don't worry, I know your boobs better than you do. It's like you go to an expert, like you go to the dentist because I don't know anything about dental stuff. You do, I go to the dentist. Same thing with a lawyer, same thing with a bra expert. So the stuff that we learn as bra fitters, we actually go to bra school, believe it or not, which is just with our fearless leader, Linda. And it's constant trial and error trying these bras on women and just learning what fits and what feels great and what brands work and what does a D cup look like. I can eyeball a bra size from, 2 miles away, I swear. But I feel like, there's so many different shapes of women that it can get really confusing there's no real like formula that you can just say, hey, if you measure this and you are this tall and weigh this much, this is the kind of bra you should wear and this is the size you should wear it in. It's a lot more complicated than that. So we have what I call bra knowledge, and we use that every day to, go through over 275 different sizes and styles that we have in that back stock room at that store or in our warehouse when we're helping women online to help them pick the best bras for them. And it's again, it sounds like a silly job, but it's actually like very detailed. It has a lot going into it.
Well, I can definitely appreciate the details and the complexity of it. And I'm going to go ahead and just throw a little more complexity into the conversation in
Go
that
for it.
I'm a mother. I'll just throw you a curveball. I'm a mom, and I'm currently pregnant. And I've noticed, that the bras that I was using, first of all, before I was a mom, and also the ones after my first child, they're just not quite fitting the same way. And it's something that really is the last thing on my mind, but every single day I'm putting something on that doesn't fit. So if I wanted to increase my bra knowledge and get a little bra education, where would I go and what should I be looking for?
Woo, okay. So, first things first, I'm so excited for you that, your body's changing and all these wonderful things that happen during pregnancy because it is really exciting. But also, I hope you've noticed every pregnancy is different and every woman's different. So, a lot of women that come in with their second kid on the way and they're like, well, this didn't happen last time, or well, last time I was able to do this. Every woman's different and every pregnancy is different. So it's really important to kind of check in with either your bra fitter or some resources to make sure that you're wearing the right size. So I'm so glad you're asking. The place where you can definitely get some bra education is I have a bra educational video series with Linda's. I love them. They're so helpful and they've gotten so many views, and I cannot even tell you the wonderful, wonderful feedback that I've been getting. And there is a pregnancy and nursing video on there, which is great. So you can check that out for sure. But I will say, you mentioned, it's the last thing on your mind, the last thing that you can do, but you have to put yourself first. It's something that you wear. A bra is something that most of us wear every single day. And I feel like spending a little extra time or even a little extra money to go in and get, great fitting, well-made bras is so worth it. You've got a kid already, you have one on the way. There's so much going on in your day. The last thing that you want to worry about is your bra. And when your bra is roaming around all day, if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't fit well, if it's falling off here, it's slipping down there, or the cups are falling away, or it's not supporting you, you're not going to feel your best. So I say make sure you make that time to go get your bra fitted. And also when you're pregnant, your body is continuing to change. So I always tell women to check in every now and then, get a couple of transition bras to help get you from, size, I say A to B, but that's not really your cup size, but from one size to the other as your body's changing. And expect when you're expecting to check in more often. Even as a non-pregnant, non-nursing woman, our bodies change all the time. So I tell women to come in and get refit or to use resources online. Like we have a bra size calculator where you can check in as well. which, will never replace an expert fitter at the store, but is definitely a resource that you can use to kind of find a starting point. But to check in on your bra size every 6 months. We tell women to come into the store every 6 to 12 months. I mean, again, if you've had a life-changing something happen, if you've lost or gained 10 pounds, which is pretty significant depending on your size. If you're pregnant, if you're going through menopause, if you've had surgery, whatever, those things you got to come in right away. But even if you just have nothing going on in your life, every 6 to 12 months, get refit for bras.
That's very good advice, because I know that for a long time there I was just kind of wearing the same size I probably wore right after puberty, and once I decided to make a change, it's amazing. Like you said, it's the small little things that you can do to make yourself feel better so you're not having those daily irritants and things that are causing you stress and worry that are absolutely unnecessary. So that's really, really solid advice, and thank you so much for that. So if I wanted to go check out Hooray Kimmay, where would I go online?
Well, you can go to hurraykimmay.com, which is HURRAYKIMMAY.com, and that's where I actually have on there a video page where you can see that awesome About video that you were so sweet to share. You can also see my episodes of Hooray Kimmay TV, where I interview some of my favorite people, and you can also check out the broadcational videos. They're right on there. There's a lot of awesome resources right on that video page.
Perfect. And when it comes to my broadcation, should I be going to Linda's site, or are there other places where I can find some of those videos you mentioned?
Yeah, you can check out the broadcational videos, like I said, on my Hooray Kimmay video page, or you can go to Linda's, which is lindasonline.com, and there's a broadcational video page with all of those right there. I mean, everything from how to wash your bras, how to put on your bra, which, believe it or not, is a really popular video because everyone's doing it wrong, and then how to even out breasts. Believe it, no one's perfectly symmetrical, or how to create the look of larger or smaller breasts. I mean, it's all on there. We have so many awesome, awesome resources on there.
Oh, between Hooray Kimmay TV and those broadcation videos, I have plenty to be listening to while I am out and about or in my house getting things done. So thank you for both resources. And before we wrap up, I would love to hear if there's just one thing you think that a woman who might be feeling a little bit like she's lacking some hooray, what would be one thing she could do to really start to boost that up and to get a daily practice that really helps to change and keep the glass half full, helps to change the way that the day is going?
Well, first of all, I would say realize that it's a progress. It's like it's a progress. It's a process to feel happy. It really is. It takes work. And I feel like don't be so hard on yourself if you have those ups and downs where like, gosh, I just don't feel like myself today, or I don't feel so great today. It's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. So realize, there are little things you can do now and then to help you feel fabulous. And my biggest advice is to just stop and just think and just realize all the wonderful things that you have. No matter who you are or where you are or what you're doing in your life, believe it or not, you have at least 5 things that you can count in your hand that you can be grateful for. And they can be big, they can be small, but you have things that you can be grateful for. And just like stopping and reminding yourself that will help you feel just so much better. And if all else fails, girl, put on some really awesome music and just have a freaking dance party in your house. Just do it. Just have fun.
I love that advice. I love all of it. So thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us about both things that you are so knowledgeable about and what you're offering to us. And if anybody wants to get in touch with you, is there a way to do so via your blog?
That's right. Yes, you can visit me. I have a little contact on there if you ever want to, mention something to me that you think needs to be shared or that you think makes you say hooray, let me know. But you can contact me right on hurraykimmay.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kim Caldwell. It's been such a pleasure, and thank you for listening to this podcast. Have a great day.